So, welcome back to another video. Today we have a shorter flight in front of us. Today we're going to fly from Amsterdam Schiphol down towards Gibraltar. And yeah, let's see what's going to await us on the way. But first of all, let's get this aircraft started up. We're going to fly to Maruk. From Maruk, we are November 621 to Lelna. Okay, the refueling is completed. Let's turn the seatbelts on. Cabin crew, you can start the boarding. Okay, so we now have our clearance, so we can now do our final departure briefing. We're still standing at gate Charlie 13 at Amsterdam Schiphol. We are going to get a pushback to the left, then we expect taxi via Alpha 8, Bravo, and then onto Echo 5, holding short runway 18 left. For our takeoff, we will get a takeoff with flaps 5, our V1 at 141, rotate 141, V2 147, and a trim of 5 units. For the takeoff, below 80 knots I'm going to reject for anything, above 80 knots I'm only going to reject for engine failure, engine fire, aircraft unsafe or unable to fly, or wind shear alert. Above V1 I'm only going to reject for aircraft unsafe or unable to fly. We are then going to continue on the Valco departure. There we are going to fly up to 500 feet, then do a turn towards AM 029er. We need to have a maximum of 229 feet. Then we do another turn to AM 009, where we need to be at 2500 or above. And then we're going to continue on Valco and Itrit, and then the route as planned. In case of engine failure, we are going to fly our SID all the way up to Itrit, and then we are going to continue with our checklists and going to get the vectors from the departure controller. And with that, I would say we are finished with the briefing. If you don't have any questions, I would start the APU.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is your captain speaking. In the name of KLM Royal Dutch Airlines, I welcome you on board our Boeing 737-800 en route to Gibraltar. In the next couple of minutes we will finish up our pre-flight stuff here on the ground. Baggage loading is still in progress. As soon as the baggage loading is finished up, we are ready to taxi out to the runway and start our flight downward towards the southern part of Spain. Our flight route today takes us overhead the island of Great Britain, where we are going to fly overhead London, where we then do a left-hand turn southwards. We're going to fly west of the French coast, and then we are going to enter the Iberian Peninsula quite soon. We're going to fly overhead from Madrid and down all the way towards Gibraltar. Shortly before the landing I will give you the latest weather information of our arrival, and I hope you will have a really enjoyable flight. Shortly before our pushback, the cabin crew will give you a really important safety briefing of this Boeing 737-800. Please give them your full undivided attention. Once again, thank you very much for choosing Royal Dutch Airlines for today's flight.
Parking brake released. Block time 5:50. Okay, we are going to start engine 2, then 1. And engine 2 stabilized, starting engine number 1. Okay, flight control check. Full left. Full right. Neutral. Full up. Full down. Neutral. Rudder. Full left. Full right. Neutral. Check. Hand signal received. Runway 18 left, taxi via Alpha, Alpha 8, Bravo, Echo 5, KLM 9642. And landing lights on, taxi lights off. Alright. Ready to go. Engine stabilized, setting takeoff thrust. N1 Toga.
Your speed's alive.
Thrust set.
3 knots.
Check.
VT. Positive rate of climb.
Gear up.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is your captain speaking. We just began our approach and descent towards Gibraltar Airport and expect an on-time landing there in the next 13 minutes. The weather in Gibraltar is currently quite nice, few clouds, but with a nice temperature of 19 degrees Celsius and a very light wind out of eastern direction. For your information, the approach into Gibraltar is going to be quite challenging. We expect a couple of wind changes when we come in. When the wind changes too much and we are not going to be able to do a stabilized landing, we might going to have to go around. Just for your information, it's a totally normal procedure. We would have to spool the engines up again and take the aircraft back in the air. This would just be the safest option in this case. But we are definitely going to get down today in Gibraltar. The weather and everything should be no big challenge. It's just going to be a little bit of a windy approach. In a couple of minutes we will also turn on the fasten seatbelt signs once again, so if you have, please go to your toilet now and begin store your luggage back in the overhead compartments or maybe beneath your chair. Cabin crew, expect a landing in about 20 minutes.
For our approach briefing, we are going to get vectors for a visual approach, runway 27. For the landing, we are going to have flaps 30, a reference speed of 141. 10 nautical miles out, we are going to get radar vectors to Yankee. At 5 nautical miles out, we need to be at flight level at 1520. Then we are going to fly to Yankee on heading 268. At Yankee we need to be at 920 feet, which is going to be our minimum descent altitude. With our go-round altitude we will get, and with the time we initiate the go-round, we have a minimum of 970. Yeah, dangers during the approach. We will have the mountain and the Rock of Gibraltar on the left hand side. So we're going to expect some wind changes, possible wind shear during the approach, even though we have quite low wind speeds. But this is going to be the main issue on the approach. In case of a go-round, we will fly out on the runway heading, climb to 4000 as directed by ATC and turn left heading 168, so that we have the rock on the left side, and discuss anything further with the controller. You can quite nicely see already the coast of Africa on the horizon, and Gibraltar down there below the clouds. Cleared visual approach, runway 27, KLM 9642. Autopilot, flight director off, gear down, flap 5, or flap 10. Come again, KLM 9642. Missed approach altitude 4000. Bit too low.
$100, 50, 40, 30, 20, 10.
Meters remaining.
Okay, strobe lights off, taxi lights off. We don't really want to plant the guy at the gate. Okay, stopping, setting parking brakes, and shutting down engine 2. Then 1. Really nice flight, especially I'm really proud of that landing. Holy damn, for Gibraltar that was a 10 out of 10. Thank you very much for watching, and I hope I see you next time. Bye bye.